Hello, everyone. Welcome to my final project of this semester. My project is called the Ice Cream Stores. I'm your host, Karan Karanala, and today we will be discussing how ice cream stores have impacted the world over these years. But first, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. How many of you attended an ice cream store? What flavors do you really like? What ways can you really aspect this? Or how do you think the service might be overall? These are all good options for me, so that way I can get your answers. And now, without further ado, let's go into this presentation. We go. Problem. Ice cream stores have been very popular over these years, and so many customers are picking their favorite ones. But something ain't right about it. When you think about an ice cream store, you're thinking about how many flavors there are. And you can't really decide what flavor you might want to pick. So it's quite complicated if I say so myself. Lots of customers have been attending this ice cream store over these years, and they have one goal in mind: to get ice cream. This is just one thing that concerns me in ice cream stores. It's about how much money have they made over these years, and are they making sure they get paid based on their monthly loans, and making sure whether their service is good or great. It's based on the customer review. The customers can get very reckless if their ice cream ain't paid or served, and it's based on their behavior that's impacted them throughout the stores. These can cause lots of problems in society. Not just only the ice cream stores itself, but other ice cream stores in different states. This is why I selected my problem. It's based on my city and based on reviews that people have throughout the world. We go into the motivational part. Motivation is the aspect of the population of customers in the ice cream stores that has slightly been increased over these years. My one simple motivation is to make sure that each ice cream store has the same number of customers. And the loans are either increasing or decreasing. Well, basically not the loan aspect. Maybe the employee rates are either increasing or decreasing based on the service or the quality of customers that they think they was kind of fair and all. The purpose of this motivation is to really inspire customers and also make sure they get their frozen treats. Let's imagine that you are on a hot day and you are trying to figure out what way is the best way to cool yourself down. What better way to do it than go to an ice cream store that sells fresh ice cream? This is very important to me in the industry itself. Once I get lots of people motivated and asking about why would they want to go to an ice cream store, I would basically get my results. I will create lots of surveys and I will ask people lots of questions based on how much they want ice cream, or is the ice cream the only treat they want to have within the society itself. These are very important aspects that I need to have during my project. Because if not, there's going to be problems later that I will run into encounter. So it's a very high quality that I need to make sure I get all these important aspects right in, because these surveys can really impact my motivation in a very, very big way. Now we head into the approach aspect. What my approach would be is that I would greet the customers in a very warm manner. Second, I will also pull up a survey and I will ask them what ice cream stores are their favorite and how much have they visited over these years. These are very important to me and within the society itself. So, it's highly likely that I will make sure that people can really get their ice cream both in a positive way, both mentally and physically. Once I gather all the data that people give out in review, I will collect it in my final results data and check to see if my answer was right. If my answer was right, then my research has done a fantastic job. The results? These will really tell how much has either increased or decreased. People need to understand that, or the managers need to understand that the number of qualities of ice cream and people have occurred over these years can really impact them in both in a very good way, in a very bad way. I think it's safe to say that qualities of ice creams really need to be increased, because think about it, if people are not attending ice cream stores, then the employees are going to lose their jobs and they're not going to make enough money. So it's up to me to make sure that these results are well within my wheelhouse, because if not, there'll be problems that I will later run into encounter. So it's highly important that I get the results throughout my project itself. And now we move into the future work. For the upcoming future work, I am going to be doing lots of surveys and figuring out what has either increased or decreased over these years. It can really impact people both mentally and physically. So it's highly important that I really need to get these within my wheelhouse, because if not, then there'll be problems later to society itself. I have to understand that future work can really impact people both in a big way and in a small way. I also need to figure out what has increased or decreased based on the store's quantities. And if it has increased, then this will be a big impact on my project. And this really can boost my data science career. It may seem really hard at first, but overall, this can be really achievable. And that is all I have. Thank you.